Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Takara TOMY Transformers Unite Warriors Devastator. Spots had a look at all the individual Constructicons in separate videos, and now we're going to be putting together Devastator. And I wanted to keep this for the last so that we can put them all together, and we can see how he looks when he's fully built. Of course, if you guys are interested in picking up this set for yourself, you can click the link down below and head over to Premium Collectibles, this place where Spot actually ended up picking up this set for himself. I'll put the link down below. So in the meantime, we've got all the components ready to build Devastator. We've got Long Haul, the main torso. We've got Mixmaster and Scrapper, who's going to be the legs. We have Bone Crusher, and where's the other one? There's Scrapper. And finally we have Hook, who's going to go on the top. So let's kind of just go ahead and start building this guy. I guess we'll build it from like the ground up, and then that way he'll be able to stand on his own. The first thing you want to do for Long Haul is you want to bring these out like that. Take Scrapper and just bring these out. You want to take the little tab point right there, and you want to clip it inside the grooves of where Long Haul would be. And then from there you can just bring these in and bring in the other one. And those also, I don't know if you guys can see or not, those also tab into place. One side gets a little stuck where you just want to do a little bit of adjusting, get that into place. There we go. And we've got one leg. We've got the Scrapper in place. Let's go ahead and grab Mixmaster. Again, move these tab places out of the way. Want to slide this into place, and for this, I'm actually just going to lay him down for a second. Just want to make sure I've got this just lined up properly. There we go. That comes out. That slides in. And then these sections, I don't know if hopefully you guys can see it. My hand's not obstructing this, I hope. This little tab point. He's a little harder because you have to kind of tuck him underneath and slide him into place. And then from there, these little top sections of the cab, you want to just get underneath. There we go. And underneath. It's a little fiddly. And we get that into place. Alright, so now we have two working legs. Now Devastator can actually stand. Alright, so now we have to worry about the arms. Let's get those going. Actually, before you put the arms on, you're going to have to put Hook on top of Long Haul, and there's a little connector point that you have to drop down from Hook. And also, just before you add the arms, you have to swing out these connector points. Like that. There's one. And the other one is right on the side here. Just get your finger in there, bring those out. And now you can connect the arms. Start with Bone Crusher. There's a little peg back right on the underside of the vehicle there. And we want to clip that into the connector's port right at the top here. It's a little harder to do on camera here. There we go. And let's go ahead and do the exact same with Scavenger. Again, there's that port on the back. And you can attach these just into place. There we go. We're almost there. With both arms in place, one thing you might want to also make sure you do too is Long Haul's arms have a little peg connector. You want to make sure that those are connected to either side of the treads for corresponding Scavenger and Bone Crusher. We are almost finished. Now all we have to do is just add some of the extra accessories. We can first start by taking the hands. Let's pull these out. There we go, there's one. And grab the second one. And you want to clip these. See, there's a little hole on the one arm there. Just want to attach it like that. Okay, there's one arm. And the same thing could be said for the other side as well. And you just want to take the arm and attach it in place. Again, a little easier if you aren't doing this in front of a camera, but get the arm attached in place. Take his two halves of his blasters and put those together. And we can put those in one of his arms. And finally, we'll take the shield crest and we're going to attach it to his torso. And there you have it. There is 45 centimeters of Devastator. Luckily, though, as well, the chest crest fixes one of the issues I had also with the treads kind of just sitting loose. There's connector points on the edge tips of the wings that connect to the treads and kind of just keep everything very stable. Very happy. It is really an incredible sight. Spot initially was going to be considering getting third-party. Let's just fix that. Spot was going to get some third-party Devastators or Constructicons at the time that they were being released, because I always really never envisioned Hasbro ever giving us a full Constructicon treatment again. And sure enough, then Combiner Wars came around. Some good, some bad. But then this was like the icing on the cake. To get a full, bigger, larger than life, not really larger than life, but you know what I mean, certainly a larger Devastator, I could not have been happier. I granted don't have the Hasbro Devastator to compare it to, but I'm kind of really glad that I did hold off and I ended up getting the Takara release. For the little small things it does fix, coloring wise, I think this one, based on videos I've seen of the Hasbro one, I think this one is just a better looking toy, but is large. I mean, it is very, very large. And, you know, for that matter, it actually feels pretty solid as well. It still retains full articulation in the legs and full articulation in the arms and the hands and individually articulated fingers. Well, not individually articulated fingers. It does have what looks to be 4 fingers all individually articulated by at least the 4 fingers themselves. Like adjustable arms, you know, you can rotate the arms, you can bend at the elbows. Sometimes when you do move the elbows, though, the arms themselves do pop off, but they're very easily fixed back into place. He's certainly a lot less spindly and fragile versus the original Generation 1 toy. I mean, anybody who owned the original Generation 1 toy, which I never did, I ultimately just got like a knockoff down the road. And, you know, even though that was a knockoff, it still had the same plaguing issues that the original Generation 1 toy had. Very loose. I mean, you couldn't really have any playability really with the original Generation 1 toy. It was just a very fragile kind of statue. This Devastator certainly has a lot more articulation than that original toy. And again, I could not have been happier. I mean, this just... The question is really, I don't know where I'm going to put it. It's just takes up a lot of space. But don't worry, Spot will certainly find a place where I can keep it. And maybe I will put him next to my the Unicron I also have too. Which, one of these days, Spot will eventually get around to reviewing the Takara release of Unicron. If you guys are certainly interested in seeing that, let me know. In the meantime, though, 6, now this is the 7th video in, and we now finally put together a very, very, very cool Devastator. If you guys are interested in getting the Constructicons Unite Warriors set for yourself, Spot will put the link down below, and you can go over to Premium Collectibles and pick this up for yourself. Would I recommend it? Well, I guess if you're a Transformer fan, yes. If you're a fan of the old Generation 1 toys, and kind of just flash back to your old nostalgic days of being a kid like this guy, I definitely would say it's worth picking up. Certainly whether you can warrant the cost of a box set. I mean, he is certainly a little bit more expensive, but I think really the cost of him definitely, I think he's worth it. By far, he is definitely worth it. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the very cool Devastator, all 45 centimeters of him. Certainly also stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.